Our president is throwing the last 80 years of defense policy into the dumpster by threatening to invade a NATO ally in a performance that brings happy tears to Putin's eyes. So here is our current warmonger-in-chief's latest comments on seizing Greenland the hard way.
We are going to do something on Greenland, whether they like it or not, because if we don't do it, Russia or China will take over Greenland, and we're not going to have Russia or China as a neighbor. I would like to make a deal, the easy way, but if we don't do it the easy way, we're going to do it the hard way. We're not going to have Russia or China occupy Greenland, and that's what they're going to do if we don't. So we're going to be doing something with Greenland, either the nice way or the more difficult way.
The problem with everything that he's saying there is that Russia is already very much our neighbor. At their closest points, Russia and Alaska are only 55 miles apart. And I looked it up. If you drive from the bottom of Houston to the north side of Houston, it's about that much, right? It's very, very close. And that's much closer than Greenland is to the United States. Despite that, Trump is alleging that he has to seize Greenland right now, or else Russia or China will. And he is reportedly being urged on by none other than Stephen Miller. So the Daily Mail spoke with a few sources who gave a behind the scenes accounting of the discussion. So according to the sources, the president has asked the Joint Special Operations Command, the JSOC, to prepare the invasion plan, the plan of Greenland, but it is being resisted by the Joint Chiefs of Staff on the ground that it would be illegal and would not be supported by Congress. And one source said they have tried to distract Trump by talking about less controversial measures, such as intercepting Russian ghost ships, a clandestine network of hundreds of vessels operated by Moscow to evade Western sanctions, or launching a strike on Iran. And a diplomatic source said the generals think Trump's Greenland plan is crazy and illegal, so they're trying to deflect him with other major military operations. They say it's like dealing with a 5-year-old. So that's great. We're in great hands here. We're dealing with multiple wars on multiple fronts potentially, and our president is being referred to as a 5-year-old. So while our allies have been rather silent on Trump's actions in Venezuela, which is a problem, Greenland is being controlled by Denmark, which is a NATO nation. And as such, our European partners are finally growing concerned now that it might actually impact them, everything that Trump is doing. So some European diplomats see Trump's strategy as designed to make Europe pull out of NATO, to kill the alliance, because he knows that Congress would never actually agree to pull the United States out of NATO. And meanwhile, as Trump plots its destruction, he posted this about our alliance. He said, "I'm the one who saved NATO. You guys, I saved NATO. I'm not the one destroying it. I'm the one who saved it," even though he's threatening a NATO ally actively, very actively. Not just threatening them, not just saying we need this strategically, not just saying we would like to have access to their markets or to their mines, not just saying we'd like to work with Greenland. He's saying we need Greenland to be a part of the United States, and we're gonna get it the easy way or the hard way. And the hard way is the United States taking direct military action against a NATO ally. And yeah, whenever the United States was busy not committing illegal raids on Venezuelan ships and killing fishermen and things like that, the entire time the European nations were notably very quiet about a lot of it. And then whenever the United States finally invaded and bombed Venezuela, kidnapped the president, took the president of Venezuela to New York City, again, Europe was very quiet about it. And then immediately after, within days, Trump turned his attention to Greenland, and now they're like, oh, maybe this is a problem. What are your thoughts, Jayar?
This is crazy. Listen, if there's sources that have to talk about how they're treating the president of the United States like a 5-year-old, a petulant 5-year-old that sees a country on the map and says, I want to attack it, I don't like them. And then they have to try and distract him with another target, not distract him with normalcy or like diplomacy or even like, taking care of the situations and issues that we've got in this country. Instead, they have to distract him by saying, no, how about you attack somewhere else, Donnie? Donnie, I think the people there, those folks, they matter a little bit less. Maybe if we attack them, it'll satisfy your bloodthirst, and then we can move on to the next. Maybe you don't have to talk about Greenland so much, and then get some pushback from folks who are thinking clearly about it. They're doing anything and everything that they think he wants. They can, maybe this is the convincing factor. You guys can clear your schedules for changing Donnie's diapers and putting his pacifier in only if you go ahead and get rid of his ass. Be a part of a movement to get rid of him, maybe just for yourself, not for the radical leftist libs and antifas that are in the streets, but maybe about your ability to clear your mind. I'm positive Marco Rubio would like to clear his schedule from having to follow behind Donald Trump, listening to him ramble on and on and on again about how he wants to attack another country and how he gets this authority to do anything he wants morality wise internationally. Free themselves from this guy and then go back to your horrific policies that the rest of us folks that are speaking for the United States of America and our actual prosperity can push back on you on. We got enough crazy folks from MAGA, but they're following the craziest here and are pointing out how much of a child he is. Isn't that the same thing that all the people with Trump derangement syndrome were talking about, before this guy walked his ass back into the White House? Like they were right or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to call a man, akin to a 5-year-old, but it's like, but you're the one who's not just like obeying his orders and commands, but you're enabling him. You're the one who's still actively supporting it. So all of these naysayers who come out of the Trump administration that are like, oh yeah, like he's not even that smart, he's not even that great. It's like, but then why are you still behind him? Why haven't you taken steps to get rid of him? Whatever those steps could look at, why are you still enabling all of this? And whenever you look at, any time there's a dictator or an authoritarian or just a leader who is ill-equipped to be in that leadership position, it's not so much the leader themselves. They don't have any power unto themselves. They have power from all their supporters. All the power that they wield is within pockets of people all across the country. And Trump has that. And I don't know why. I don't know why people are still supporting him. We know why, we have reasons why, but it's just so nonsensical, especially whenever you're watching these things and whenever people inside the administration are saying he is childlike, he doesn't know what he wants, we distract him as if he is a child. That should be embarrassing for you if you're still supporting somebody like that.
There was one more thing, you guys, sorry. I know we're going out for a second. I listened this morning to CNN and John Fetterman, Democratic senator from Pennsylvania, was asked about this whole thing with Greenland and him attacking more countries. And he said, oh, I'm in favor of us having some access to Greenland, but we're not gonna attack. And they played him audio, I'm assuming it's video because I was listening, but video of Donald Trump saying those same things that you just ran about easy way or hard way, and we're gonna have to do it no matter what. And then came back to him and his ass, for some reason, I'm not sure where he collected this thought from, said, that's nonsense, there's no way we'd ever do such a thing. Not based off of what he said. Now, the response is supposed to be based off of what Donald Trump said. Maybe someone else, and it's an adult, is gonna stop him from doing that and maybe send him to bomb somewhere else. But some reason, listening and watching clear evidence right in front of his face didn't convince John Fetterman that the guy that he's supporting in these kind of international endeavors just said, I will do it the hard way. That's how these things get facilitated. Because even the people who say that they're against what Donald Trump said he's gonna do will say, he's not really gonna do it. Then when he does it, they'll be like, oh, I guess we're doing it. We're at the point where we need to stop it before it gets to where they're just accepting it.
No, I mean, they do seem to just accept it. And like I said on another show, whenever he invaded Venezuela, these America First people who supported Trump on that America First platform, I think it was like 65% of Republicans supported the decision. I'm like, I wonder if these people even know what they're supporting and what it is that they think is happening in Venezuela. But at this point, it doesn't matter because he has solidified his base to the point where whatever he does, they will support him. So, and that's why we call them a cult, because that is cult-like behavior. So.